Although many scientists are involved, they still have not been able to find the ultimate solution for the appearance of these mysterious faces. Mystery face ghost no hidden on the floor. Imagine one day you see a stain on your wall. Maybe you will consider it normal and not mind, but until it starts to spread and form a ghost face, what do you think? The mysterious appearance of the ghost face. In the town of Belmez de la Moraleda, Spain, the people here have come from astonishing to horrified to find strange faces appear on the floor of a house. The house is owned by the family Maria Gomez Pereira. On August 23, 1971, at her house, there were stains on the floor, but strangely, the trails continued to run and for a day formed a strikingly faint face. Maria was terrified of this stain, so she and her family tried to use the pigeon to break it. Another cement was replaced, but the other face appeared only a week later. Mystery serial mystery. After the mayor advised the family to retain face for research, many scientific experts were invited to the examination. Accordingly, experts drilled a hole deep below Maria's home to investigate, and horrified to find out that Maria's house was actually built in a crypt. Hundreds of remains were found beneath the floor of Maria's house. Most of the bones had no heads. The results of the radioactivity show that the bones date back to the 13th century. Researchers say it is likely that this is a mass grave for executed prisoners. These bodies were carefully buried, boreholes and floors were filled and plastered. And people believe this phenomenon has disappeared, but the truth is they were wrong. Now, there is not just one face, but many faces that constantly appear with all sorts of expressions. Some scientists have used special devices to record acoustic impulses in this room, and they have heard ghost sounds that, according to the idealists, that sound can only come from hell. It is screaming, cursing, crying for help, seeking liberation, and meaningless phrases. Specifically, they made the talk. When they asked a man's face his name, the face replied El Bilal. Another face even called the host, Maria, I want to leave, Maria, I want to leave here. The face live. Not afraid of the face constantly appear and speak, the scientists as well as the owner Maria has witnessed another terrible phenomenon, that is the face on the floor as if no move. Specifically, when Maria saw the deformed faces, she called the scientists and they did a simple experiment. They used plastic, wax and glue to block the room for 3 months. After 3 months, when the door opened, the faces were changed. They seemed to have deformed as well as moved during the blockade of the room. Shortly afterwards, the tests were carried out, but no conclusions were reached. Scientific arguments began to be gradually abandoned, and some researchers began to claim that this was the greatest spiritual discovery of the 20th century. Scientific explanations. There are many schools of explanation for this phenomenon, but so far there is no real explanation, including spiritual explanations. Some scientists believe that this is just a random phenomenon caused by the combination of chemicals in the kitchen. They think there are at least 3 things that can cause this. The first is the vinegar, because all types of cement are alkaline and can be acidic attack. Next is light, one that can affect the chemical structure of cement. Finally, a dye was discovered in the family car. This argument is rejected by many researchers because these can be found in most kitchens. They argue that it is possible that Maria has a special psychic ability and that it is the catalyst for these phenomena. As they discovered with Maria's old age, the faces also became fuzzy and the facial expressions of the figures also coincided with Maria's mood. Even after her death in February 2004, people saw faces disappear for some time. However, this argument is not really relevant, as they later find out they are. And until now, the answer to the mysterious face that appears is still a huge mystery to scientists.